The first thing the mom said is, hide, because these people are going to rape you.
It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Middle Tennessee Pulse. This is Nicole Sanborn with eXp Realty, and I have a special guest, Liz Tucker, here with us today. She is a foster mom and she's a YouTuber. Her YouTube channel, please check it out, is Our Life in Rain Boots, and I will put a link below for you to be able to check out her YouTube channel. Also, before we get started, please remember to, if you like this content, to hit subscribe below and then choose the notification bell so you don't miss our next video next week. So Liz, I've talked to you before, and I was really fascinated by why you got into foster care and why you started your YouTube channel, and that's really what I want to talk about today. What you do is really important. I think that a lot of people will be interested to hear why you got into it and just a little bit about what your daily life looks like.
So I first got into foster care because there were several reasons. My mom was in and out of foster homes growing up because my grandma has a lot of mental illnesses. So she was in and out of mental facilities, so my mom had to have somewhere to go.
I didn't know that. My dad too. So his mom was schizophrenic.
Yeah.
And so he was also in and out of foster care. I didn't know that that's why.
Yeah, and then I grew up in kind of a toxic environment because my mother was never taught, what norm was. So I was on the other spectrum of foster care. I probably should have been in foster care, but I was an overlooked child. There were plenty of instances where they should have taken me and they did not. So I wanted to help break that cycle for other kids. Because it's very easy to get sucked into that. This is how I was raised. I don't know any other difference. And people don't like being wrong. So if you think to yourself, well, I turned out all right, so I'm going to keep parenting this way, or I'm going to keep living this way. And I wanted to be that cycle breaker for people. So instead of being a victim and being in and out of foster system, I wanted to be that person who could change those kids' lives, because I didn't have that.
Right.
Growing
So you
up.
needed it. You needed foster. I mean, sometimes you hear the stories about where the government is going in and taking kids that shouldn't be taken. Like you hear those negative stories.
Right.
But yours is the complete opposite.
Yes.
You needed to be taken and no one noticed. Everyone kind of along the way failed you.
Yeah.
And so if I'm hearing you correctly, that's why you went into foster care, is because you didn't want other children to be failed.
Right. Because like my mom was in the foster system, but also years ago, before they've done lots of improvements on the foster care system. But she was more paycheck to her foster parent.
Right.
So they saw the children as money.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of times that my mom was told, take your cut of the money and get out. I'll see you on so-and-so day when your caseworker shows up.
Really?
Yeah. So, and kids who are getting put in the foster system, they're told all those horror stories about how you're going to get abused, you're going to be sexually abused, you're going to be physically
from
abused.
Each other? Like they're talking?
And their parents say it too. I guess they want to be the savior, like, life is better with me, you go into this.
Because if you go out there, I know this is going to sound hilarious maybe, but the movie Tangled, that's what like the witch does. Like the witch fake mother that stole the child. She said, you can't go out there because there are, men will ravage you and you'll be, they'll steal from you and it's so scary out there. I protect you. I love you. I always thought that was we're going to talk Disney here. We were big Disney fans in the Sanborn household.
I love Disney.
And it was a really powerful concept to me that in this Disney movie, this witch of a mother that stole this child used love to keep her there. I love you. I'm mommy. I love you.
Yeah.
Don't leave me. I'll protect you.
We got a set of 3 kids once, and I am a big part of being a foster parent is partnering with those parents. It is one of the reasons why I love Life Church so much, is because it hits on the same things that are core to me anyways.
Yeah.
Because these parents made a mistake. Doesn't mean they're bad people. They made a mistake. Now, there's some people out there that do not need to have kids, period.
Right.
That's not for me to decide. They prove that through their experience in the system. But we got 3 kids who were terrified. They were living in a car. And I
How old were
always
they?
ranged from, I think, 5 to 7. They were all very close in age. And I let them call their mom because that is really important to me. You need to keep that bond between
That's good.
the kids.
Yeah.
But the first thing the mom said is, hide because these people are going to rape you. And I was like, oh, no. You know, like, we're going to take this. I need you to know that I'm not here to hurt your child. I don't think I'm better than you. This is not a power
You had
struggle.
social work you had to do with the parents as well as the children.
Oh, yeah. You're going to be working a lot with the parents.
I didn't realize that aspect of it.
Yeah.
And that's very different.
It's very different than what yeah. So it's not us against them. It's us building them together.
Right.
Yeah. So, but that's one of the things is I wanted to be that bright light because I didn't have that.
Yeah.
You know, you think of like, there's always that one person in a kid's life, and it's usually like a school teacher or something. But how amazing would it be if that was at home when you never had that before?
I don't even think it's just amazing. I think it's necessary.
Oh yeah, for development, definitely.
It breaks my heart. Not only you, so my mother-in-law, she lives in up in the East Coast in Vermont. And she is a caretaker. She's not in foster care, but respite and things like that she does. And I've just heard some stories where these kids, they're kids,
Children.
and these they're children, and they've got these emotional barriers because they've been hurt so much. You know,
They're
just
we call them survival instincts. So one of my survival instincts is I can read body language very well, and I can read people's energy very well because I lived with a very mentally unstable male. So I had to learn very quickly, by the time he opened that door, what mood he was in.
This is your stepfather.
Yes. So it could be a day that he walked in and everything was perfect and he was this perfect man that everybody else saw that.
Yeah.
But a lot of times you could just tell by the way he turned the key or the way the door slung, anything,
Yes.
that he would see just one speck of dirt on the ground and lose his mind. And he was a drill instructor in the Marines. So it went from human to like almost like a bulldog in your face, like, spitting, like he'd get so angry and get like nose to nose screaming at you. And you had to know if you moved a certain way or if you showed any emotion, it was life or death.
Yeah. Hey, thanks so much for watching my interview with Liz Tucker, YouTuber with Our Life in Rain Boots. That was part 1, and part 2 will be coming out next week. So make sure to hit the subscription button and then the notification bell so you are made aware as soon as that second video comes out. Have a great week.